Thorns. I thought I'd share with you some of the calls that I, the minister and high priestess, will get sometimes in a day's time. If I'm not doing my other job and I'm here answering calls, honey, some of the calls and letters that I get are just very spiritual. Let me go ahead and start. I'm going to call this an anonymous caller that because I receive calls, texts, and letters for advice. Well, one I got earlier called me and he says, let me just read what he said. I think my grandma is doing spells at night, and she been doing them at night on me. I need some help. That crazy bit, it's crazy. Can you help me, please? Number one, I asked him, how do you know that she's doing spells on you? And then he says, because somebody be coming in my room, stealing ideas, and going through my phone and stealing all of my ideas. I said, now listen, there are dark spells and light spells. I say she may have just been in her room praying for blessings. I said, how do you know that it's your grandma, and how do you know that there ain't that you? He says, oh yeah, they are very dark. And yes, and talking about she put all sorts of shit in my food. I'm sorry y'all for the but this is exactly how this person sent the text. I said, hopefully she's just playing and trying to scare you and actually not doing anything or putting anything in your food. And I said, the best thing for you to do is to either start cooking your own food, lock your phone, and take a salt bath, burn some arnica flower and sage, and make sure you leave a window open. And his response was, yeah, okay, she may not, but if it is, that's just really fucked up. Shit, what he said, shit, it may even be you. I say, excuse me. I say, I don't do dark magic. Just return to senders. I do return to senders. I do binding of people that are threatening you, and I send away negative energy, and I send those people away. And I said, maybe your own karma, because you mentioned earlier that you thought that it was your own karma because of the way you used to do people, especially females. And I explained to him that karma will return, that what you put out will come back. And I said, it might just be your own karma that's returning to you, or the guilt that you now feel about what you did to these people. Or you might simply need to take some meds. And he said, oh yeah, I do take them. I knew it. I always have to bring that up because you just never know. He said, yeah, I do take them, but I haven't been taking them as I should. My response to him was, please take your meds. And then some of that paranoia may go away. Now, everybody is putting spells on you. And I'm sure your grandmother is not putting a spell on you. She was probably just praying in the middle of the night And she probably said that just to scare you because she knew that you're a little paranoid and she was just probably playing with you. No, people take it. When people come to me, I have to balance things and really listen to them so I can tell whether it's something spiritual or if it has something to do with their mental state. So I'll always ask near the end after having a conversation with them if they're taking meds. Soon after that, I had another call. There was a lady, she said, I'm just feeling yucky. I'm just feeling really yuck. And I'm certified in nutrition and in herbal science. And she was like, I can't understand it. I've gone to the doctor. I've gotten tested. I've done this, that, and the other, and they can't find anything. And I know that this lady, she grew up most of her life near water or near the ocean. And I suggested to her to have someone take her out to the beach, to the salt water, and dip her feet in it. Because if you have grown up near an ocean like I have, the ocean has ions, and ions have the tendency to affect your body, your heart, your whole being, actually. And when you're near a body of water, there are ions that can boost even your mood, especially if you were born near water in a sunny place and then you move to a place where it's kind of like an overcast all the time, or even if you start staying in the house all the time and you cannot get the energy of the sun or near the water to get those ions, yes, it will make you feel slumpy and dumpy. It will. And the best thing for that is to go near a body of salt water. But if you cannot do that, take a salt bath. Step out in the sun for a little bit. The sun is very healing. Salt water baths are very healing. And not only do they make you feel better, they also will wash off anything negative that has been thrown at you. I was telling my brother, I said, well, I went to a beach that's near here. It's 3 hours away, though. And this beach has a more concentrated salt amount per whatever gallon. And it just felt different to me. So, because it felt different to me and I didn't grow up near that body of water, it didn't have a big effect, but it did boost my mood a little. But I know that I need to get back to the body of water in which I grew up next to. So people who have grown up near oceans, they know what I'm talking about. If you're an islander, if you grew up near water, even if you grew up near a lake, it doesn't have to be a beach, and you move away from that lake, you will feel a shift in your mood, in your body. It's because those ions are in the air near bodies of water, and it will simply affect how you feel. It's just like that. But I thought that I would share with you at least two of the calls that I had this morning And sometimes you just have to balance and ask questions and do research before you can help. You can help a person with your advice. You can help a person by figuring out or getting to the root of the call. And then you have to decide whether this is really something spiritual, or if it's something mental, or is it something physical. It has to all be weighed out before the high priestess, before I will give you any kind of advice. I have to really, really feel your energy and see where it's coming from. But I thought I'd share that with you, Colored Roses and Thorns. Have a good day.